Hello, everyone, and welcome to Justaposition, the podcast where we explore mental health, vulnerability, and so many other topics with creators and people you know and love. And this guest today needs absolutely no introduction at all. I consider him a really close friend and an inspiration, and I know a lot of you do too. This is Brand Mondo. Everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I love your setup.
Background.
Thank you. I know. I feel like I'm watching like one of your YouTube videos. It's great. It's awesome.
You are actually in the YouTube filming room right now, so that makes
okay. Oh,
accurate.
That's perfect. Last time I was there, I think you were dyeing my hair blue again and like giving me.
No.
Was it the blue?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah. When you dyed it blue.
You did the facial and then I dyed your hair blue, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think that was like a year ago.
That was so long ago.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been forever. It's been so long since I've like spent a good amount of time in NYC. I need to come back and see you really again because it's been so long. I mean, for everyone, I know you guys all know who Brand Mondo is, but he is an incredible content creator and brand founder as well. He does iconic reaction videos to people absolutely destroying their hair, and my personal favorite series, you do the America's Next Top Model reaction videos as well. He has his own brand, XMondo, many of which products I use. They're incredible. If you're someone who likes to just go wild with your hair, do the most crazy fun colors, styles, definitely the brand for you. You have to check it out. And also something I want to talk about in today's podcast, because I don't oftentimes get to like talk with another cosmetic brand founder, and I really want to pick your brain when it comes to that. But yeah, you've done so much. It's honestly really, really cool to see how far you've come. I mean, I discovered you I can't even remember how long ago it was, but I remember our first interaction. You had messaged me about my videos, and then we were able to meet up shortly afterwards. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. You are just iconic in so many levels. And when we first hang out, it was just such a genuine connection. It was so much fun.
Wait, do you remember making the video about me, about my
Yes.
skincare routine?
Yes. I remember I did a reaction video, and I think if I remember right, I was honestly impressed with both of your skincare routines. I think there was a good amount of products. I was like, wow.
Yeah. No, I don't think you were disappointed, but it wasn't even I don't think I made a full out skincare routine video. It was kind of pieced together from information you found through videos or something. Yeah. And I was really impressed by it. And then I was like, wait, he's so fun. Let me reach out to him. And then we hung out, and it was great.
Yeah, it's honestly been amazing. We've been able to make videos together, which has been so much fun. You've done the most amazing transformations on my hair, and it's been so long since I've dyed my hair a really fun color, and I'm getting to that place where I'm just like, oh man, it's coming. I'm feeling the desire again. How about you? I know you've kept you've kind of transitioned through a few different hairstyles, but you've kind of it looks like you've scaled back on transitioning through a bunch of different colors.
I have definitely scaled back. my hair was starting to feel it. No, I'm trying to grow my hair long, really long this time.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I want to be hey, what's
yes.
that? You know what I mean? I've shown you pictures, right, of my hair long.
Yeah, from a while ago, right?
A while ago. I basically went on this finding myself journey before YouTube happened, and I grew my hair out really long. I became a fucking hippie, and then I went to Asia and spent 3 months there, and I just had this long flowy hair. I was wearing only tank tops and shorts every day, and backpacking around to Asia. And then on the last leg of the trip, I cut it, and it's been short ever since.
Wow.
And now I'm ready to have it long again, even though I feel like I'm balding right now, so it's really not fun.
No, you're not.
I swear to God I am. I'm horrified. I think I'm getting old. I am getting old.
But let's talk about it, because I noticed the same thing for my skin too, because obviously you work with hair, I work with skin, and as I'm getting older, I'm just oh my gosh, what is happening? It's changing. changing.
No,
I hate this.
I hate every second of it, and I don't want to get old, and I'm really scared about getting old. And people are like, embrace it, it's fun, it's fine. And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, it's just not my style. Like, it's not what I want to do with my life. I don't want to get wrinkles. I don't want to be bald. I don't, like, it's just not my vibe overall. And that's okay if it's other people's vibes. And I totally appreciate that. And, like, but it's not mine. And, like, I don't want that narrative forced on me.
You know,
I will be getting a facelift. I will be getting a facelift. Like, multiple facelifts. And that's my future. Like, and I accept that.
Yep, I can see you at 80 years old. You're just going to have snatched skin. Like, it's going to be completely back. You're going to have, like, the most luscious hair. I think you'll be fine. And honestly, that's, like, your total vibe, your brand. And even for me, I'm just like, we should all embrace, you know, the natural aging process and everything. But then when I start to age, I'm just like, wait, but, like, not me. It's okay for everyone except for me.
Do you think you would get a facelift when you're old?
I don't know. You know, I think for me, like, I don't mind wrinkles that are representative of, like, happiness. Like, smile lines don't bother me and stuff like that. But for me, if, like, I have random forehead wrinkles or, like, wrinkles anywhere on my face that are not reflective of, like, anything besides just getting older, I'm like, do I really need those? Are those necessary? Like, why do I have them? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as the future goes.
I want to look like I've never smiled or laughed in my life. That's my goal. I want to look like I've only had a resting bitch face my entire life.
I don't know if you saw the lady in the news that, like, didn't even smile at her children's births because she didn't want wrinkles. I feel like that's you. That is totally you.
If I could do that, like, I would.
No, you look great though. I can't even tell you're aging at all.
Every day in the shower, I actually do, like, lymphatic massages on my face.
Oh, really?
And, like, I pull all my skin back to make sure I don't get, like, lines right here.
Yeah.
Right, I do like a gua sha with my hands, basically.
I love it, honestly. And from what I know of, like, your previous, you know, like, skincare routine that I remember reacting to, like, you're doing good with, like, taking care of your skin, using good products, like, not using products that are accelerating that damage or aging process. That's, like, I just remember being really impressed. And actually, one of the first questions I wanted to ask you is, like, on the topic of skin, because a lot of people are watching because they're interested in skincare, what is, like, the absolute worst thing you've done to your skin? What is your skincare horror story? I love to ask every guest.
So it would definitely have to be in high school when I found out that you could, like, squeeze blackheads out of your face.
Oh. Oh, shoot.
and like the pore strips came out, and, like, they were, like, a really, like, new thing. Like, you know, those, like, things, like, rip out of the blackheads out of your nose. Yep. I was obsessed with that. And I would just buy, like, every single different kind of pore strip available and do it, like, every day. But besides that, I would steam my face in, like, a facial steamer, and then I would sit in front of the mirror for, like, an hour and just squeeze out every blackhead out of my nose. And I thought I was, like, doing something good for myself. And now, fast forward to the age I am now, I have little scars, like, on my nose, and I'm pissed about it. I hate it. And it's not cool, and I'm really mad I did that to myself. I must have squeezed so hard to get scars.
Oh, man. I can only imagine.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful I never had, like, full-blown acne, because I would most likely have scars all over my face.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
And it's not cute, so.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, and you have, like, kind of more sensitive skin, right? I remember, like, when I reacted to your previous routines, you have more sensitive skin. I can only imagine how red your nose would get after, like, doing all those DIY extractions.
I look bad. I was, and you know what? It got worse after that. I just got more blackheads and more, like, acne, and it was not cute. I did not know how to take care of my skin when I was younger. Like, I would always use those, like, exfoliating bead things.
Oh yes, like the bead scrubs.
The more harsh it was, the better. And I would just, like, It's like scrub like everything off of my skin, and it just completely removed like a layer every day. It was terrible.
Every single day, in addition to doing the extractions. I mean, and that's a testament. And I feel like you and I have talked about this before, way a long time ago, but like that is a testament to like not doing those like DIY, you know, yourself extractions, because I only did it, I think like twice, and I still have like broken capillary scars on my nose from doing it. It's just like it should only be done by a professional. I feel that too, because I've made that mistake as well. I still have some of the scars left over, but I mean, overall, I'm impressed that your skin does look as good as it does, considering you did that every single day. Like, goddamn. Oh.
Thank you so much. I got no work done.
Oh. Yeah, and you're not gonna get work done in the future, of course.
Right.
I love it.
Never touched my face in my life.
I think it looked great. I'm surprised your skin has survived that intense trauma, but thank you for sharing, because this is a safe space where I'm only going to judge a little bit. No worries.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Well, thanks for sharing. I want to first talk a little bit about your story, because everyone online knows you because of, you know, your hair care reactions and, you know, your brand as well. But like, even when I was, you know, doing like a little bit of research for this, I didn't even know your backstory of like how you started to become a hairdresser and like what got you inspired into that. And let me know if I'm wrong, but like, was your father a hairstylist as well, and you became inspired by him? Like, tell us that story.
Wait, I never told you this?
No, I literally don't know. I know you worked as a hairdresser, but I didn't know like why you started doing that or like what that path was.
Oh, wow. Yes. So my dad was a hairstylist. He had his own salon for about 25 years. And my mom was a distributor for a hair care company. So the way my dad and her met was she was going to his salon and being like, hey, do you want to buy these products to have on your shelves? And he was like, sure, and let me take you on a date too. And then they got married and had me.
Oh
and
my
then
God. Match made in heaven.
I was basically born in a salon. I was probably there like 2 months in the salon chilling. And I was always around it. I always grew up as a very artsy kid, very loved like painting and drawing, and art class was my favorite subject. And I never really excelled at school very much. But I knew how to do hair at such a young age, and I would like braid all the girls' hair at recess.
Oh, that's so cute.
Do everybody's hair for, you know, the little dances we had in elementary school and middle school. I would literally have a line like at recess of girls trying to get their hair braided. So I always knew how to do hair, and by the age of like 16, like I was doing full on colors and full on like blowouts and updos and all that stuff, and was traveling to different countries to learn about hair color, because my dad was one of the biggest distributors for the color company he used. They sent us on a lot of trips, and I would accompany him, and so I got like advanced knowledge by the time I was 16. And then I had to decide what I wanted to do with my life, and I was like, I don't want to be a hairstylist. Like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I've been doing it for, 7 years or something by then. And I'm like, okay, I've been in this industry for so long, and I'm only 16, and what do I do next? And so I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was going to go to art school maybe, but I ended up being like, you know what, like, hair is what I'm supposed to do. Like, let me just keep doing it. Fine, I'll go to hair school and I'll finally get a license. I got a license at 18, and then I moved to New York. I decided I wanted to do like bigger and better things, and move to the city where it's the hardest to make it, because if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah,
that's so true.
Is basically what I was thinking. So I did that. And then the rest is history. There's also a whole sub story about why I got into YouTube as well. So that's like a whole nother passion of mine, and that was kind of always a goal as well.
Yeah, that's so cool. I didn't even realize that like both your parents had kind of like that involvement and that history of like working in hair care. I feel like that would be such like a unique way to be raised, but like talk about like giving you the skills and the knowledge that really like funnels into not only what you do for YouTube, and of course, you know, when you were working primarily as, you know, a hairstylist, but also into like creating your brand as well, because I feel like with what your mom did, that had to have helped with your knowledge of like the industry and the back end and how, you know, products worked and were formulated. Like, do you feel like that kind of contributed to, you know, your skill set and being able to build your own brand?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was more of an entrepreneur than a hairstylist, I feel like. He liked doing hair but didn't love it, and he loved the business aspect of everything. So and by the time I grew up and was, you know, living in New York, my mom had been so far out of the industry. She stopped doing it when I was probably, you know, like 7 years old. So I never really like saw that side of her where she was doing the hair care distribution stuff.
Okay.
So she was more involved with the salon and helping my dad. But yeah, I think I really got inspired by just being in the salon and seeing all the hair products that were there, and constantly trying new products and constantly like seeing how brands innovate, and it was always so exciting to me. I don't know why. Like I just love hair products. Like I love that you can transform somebody's personality, like transform how they feel about themselves through their hair and through great products, with color and hair care. So I remember one day I went to my dad with one of the products from the shelves, and I was like, Dad, I know what I want to do when I grow up. And it is, I want to make hair products.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
He's like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And now I believe him. I am fucking crazy because it is so hard.
Yes.
It is so hard to have a hair any product line, or any business, right? Like it's very difficult. So I get where he was coming from, but I did it anyways.
Yes, we love it.
And honestly, like my dad definitely inspired, you know, me being a hairstylist, and he honestly didn't have a lot of time to like teach me the ways of hair, and he didn't really think I was like going to be involved with anything business wise. He never saw that for me. And now fast forward, I'm a CEO of my own company, and I'm like, I'm like, Dad, honestly, I don't even know how that happened. So I just like to try new things in reality and make myself uncomfortable. Yeah. And grow as a person at all times, and so that's what I did.
Yeah, and you've done it like so successfully. Like you guys, I've been able to, you know, like obviously I have not been with you on the day-to-day, but I've gotten sneak peeks of like how hard you work on your business, like XMondo, in addition to everything that you do for YouTube, and how much time and energy you put into it. When you talk about like you being crazy, I'm just like, honestly, to have your own like business and product-based business, you have to be a little bit unhinged, because no one in their right mind would want to spend every single minute of every single day constantly working on something and having no work-life balance and just, you know, being absolutely obsessed with it. It does take someone who's a little bit, you know, loose screws in the head, which I completely relate to you on.
Thank you, Hyram.
But it's so inspiring.
Yeah, Hyram's like, Brad's fucking crazy, and
I know, can you believe that was a compliment? Did not come out that way. Yeah, I mean, with your own brand, it's really inspiring to see the amount of work and dedication you put into it, because it's something that you've really just like fully committed to building from scratch yourself. And like I get a lot of inspiration from that, because, you know, with creating my own brand, and even in that process, you know, I remember asking you questions, you know, about what it was like, and I think it's something that's very difficult to do in the way that you did it, but something you've managed to really scale and grow and maintain, which is, you know, half of the battle. Launching a brand and, you know, creating the products and everything is so difficult, but managing it, trying to grow it, keep it steady, keep it growing is super, super difficult. So like, what is it like doing that while maintaining like a presence on YouTube, a presence online as a content creator, balancing those two things. I ask that because I think a lot of people are interested, and also just because I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing trying to balance those things, and I would love insight from you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard, and I definitely don't have the, solution, because if I did, I would be probably a lot more sane and happy. But I think the secret is having a lot of help, like having plenty of people to cover the things that you can't do or don't want to do or is too mentally draining to do. I just keep hiring for those specific tasks. Like I don't want to, maybe, what do I not? I mean, I'm involved with everything in a way, but, and I try not to micromanage, but I definitely like to have my hands everywhere. But that's also something you need to learn how to kind of let go of. Yeah. And I have, and there's so many things. If I think back from the beginning of when I started all this, like I thought it was so stressful just to post 2 videos a week on YouTube. Like that was my only job. Like that was it. And I was like, oh my God, like how am I gonna make it this week? Like how am I gonna post these videos? And to think back on that, I'm like, dude, it was 2 fucking videos a week. Yes. Like you can get this done. And now I'm like running a business. I have like 12 full-time employees. Wow. I do TikTok. I have a Snapchat show. I have Instagram. I'm traveling. I'm doing all these extra things. Yeah. But yeah, obviously I wouldn't be able to do any of it without all the people that are helping me now. And I think it's really about learning how to be a good manager if you really want to take this route of being an entrepreneur. And that took there was a lot of growing pains with that. It was very scary at first, and in a lot of ways I hated it. I was like, oh my God, like I don't want to be in control of these people. Like I don't want to feel responsible. It's like it's a feeling of responsibility that I was like having a hard time adjusting to in the first year of all of it. And when I started paying that like first person a good salary, I was like, if I fail, like they don't get paid anymore. Yes. And that was a lot of pressure that I felt. And it was like paralyzing at one point. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like it's really starting to freak me out. Like I don't know. But then I realized it's not, if I fail, it's not me failing, it's us failing. It's like the team's failing. Like we all work together, and it's not just me who should feel like a sense of failure if things go south. I would never let them do that. Yep. But if that did happen, it's all of us. Like it's not just me who is to blame. It's all of us. And I think about us more as a team, and I'm not worried anymore about that. Like, first of all, everybody can find a new job if they really need to. Second of all, like I'm not going to fail, and I need to remind myself of that. And third of all, it's all of us as a team working together, not just me by myself and them on their side. Yes. So I feel like
that is I relate to that so much, because there's one thing, it's because you understand, like I didn't grow up in learning business, really knowing business. I studied entrepreneurship a little bit in college, so I learned some of like the business, launching skills. But like both you and I didn't grow up like knowing or like learning in job environments how to like manage people, how to build teams, how to, do corporate things and stuff like that. And I know for me, like the pressure of having a team, it's absolutely incredible, because like I cannot imagine my life without the support of my team being able to help, because I would have quit a long time ago if I didn't have that support system. But also the pressure, realizing like, oh my God, I got to keep my shit together, because if I drop the ball, everyone's relying on me. And it's a lot of pressure. It's difficult. And I feel like a lot of creators don't kind of talk about that, because it's, it's a lot about the videos and the content that's being created and stuff like that. But, you know, when you get to a certain point, when you grow to a certain point, you have to, you know, build a team. You have to have people kind of support you. And it's very disorienting, kind of knowing what to do and kind of being expected to have all the answers and know the exact right routes to go and the path and the plans and everything. When in reality, at least for me, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Everything is brand new. This is all, you know, a learning experience. But I think you're absolutely right. Like having a good support system and in like, honestly, whatever job environment you're in, whether you have your own business, whether you know, are working within a company and have, you know, coworkers or a team to support you, it's so good to relieve that pressure by really relying on people to help support you and build that and help you grow, because inevitably you'll just, you know, like you'll just burn yourself out. And that's also another question I want to ask, like, have you experienced like burnout? Because it's already a lot of, you know, work and pressure as a content creator, but like having a business in addition to that, let alone living in New York City, the city that never sleeps or stops working. Like, what have your experiences been? Have you struggled with burnout, moments you've wanted to give up? What has that been like?
Have I struggled with burnout? Currently going through it.
It's not whether or not you're going through burnout, it's what level of burnout am I at, I feel like.
I feel like burnout has been something that I've been going through since like the second year of doing YouTube. And it's been like never ending, but it's a different kind of feeling of burnout. Like before it was like a paralyzing feeling of burnout. Like I just can't post anything. And now it's a feeling of like, okay, I'm a little burnt out, but it's my job and you're going to get through it. And you've gotten through this so many times and just push forward and fucking do the video or do the thing that you need to do. And you're going to be fine. And that's what I've been doing. I don't know if that's like healthy. Probably not, but I do kind of good at, if I really need a vacation, I'll do it. I mean, like my vacations are like 4 days. So
yeah, you like just went to Italy, right? You just took a vacation.
Yeah. That's including like the weekend. So I just take off like 2 days of work. But I mean, that's kind of something you give up as a CEO too. And like you don't really, people have this misconception that if you own your own company that you get to take vacation whenever you want and you have like a chill life. It's actually the complete opposite. Yep. I hate to burst everybody's bubbles, but
it's true.
It's actually the opposite, and you get the least time off of everybody. And you want to take the least time off, because the more you put into it, the more you directly see the benefits. You know, that's the best thing about owning a company. But yeah, I mean, with social media, I think like after 5 years of doing social media, I mean, I try to just think of it so much as a job now and like less funsy and cute and like, that's just my approach. That might not work for everybody, but I needed to kind of put a schedule to everything and like have it be very regimented and like, okay, you're filming this day, you're doing this day, your thumbnail this day, you know, your ideation is this day, and like it's become very like cookie cutter and like, and I don't really have a lot of like free time where I'm just like, let me just record a TikTok or like, let me do this. Like it's always like, okay, you have an hour to record these TikToks. And I think, and so I think like that's helped me not get so burnt out. Like I work from 10 to 6. Not really, but like,
I was like, wow.
I work from 10 to 6, and then I like take a couple hour break and then I work again usually. So like at least there's like some kind of structure there where I'm working like a certain set hours sometimes. And I do try to like go to dinner or like hang out with a friend or like, you know, work out. And I think that all helps with burnout and just keeping yourself in check, in line, and like having a schedule.
That's awesome. I honestly think that's a pretty good approach because, you know, I feel like the reality of like creating content online is that it starts off as a passion that is solely done for fun. And I've talked about this like in a few other episodes because I've been able to have other creators on, like, you know, Melissa Ong, which I know you're friends with her, as well as a few others. We've talked about this. It starts off as a passion that you're doing for fun, no money involved, just out of enjoyment and truly just your passion. And then as it evolves into, monetary opportunities and it turns into your job and your career, I do think that at some point it is important to like kind of differentiate the passion and the work elements of it, because if you keep just focusing on like, this is fun, I have to remind myself that this is my passion and it's a blast and I love doing this, I feel like can in a lot of ways drive you into the ground quicker for burnout, because you're like, well, if this is my passion and this is fun, why is it taking all of my time? Why am I never getting any relaxed time? Yeah. Why is this exhausting and it feels like work? And I think, I know for me, like I've learned to look for the little things involved in it that are the fun moments in the midst of kind of the rest of the work of it, and a lot of that for me comes through like my brand Selfless. Do you feel like for XMondo, that's really like I mean, I know it's like your baby, like that is it. Do you feel like that's really where you get to really explore the full extent of like your passion and your interest because you have wanted to create products since you were like a little kid?
Yeah, no, I love formulation, packaging. Like if I could just do that and photo shoots and, all design, creative direction all around, like I would love for that to be my only job. I mean, And in reality, I can make that my only job. I think that there's a lot of things that I don't want to let go of yet. So that's kind of why I haven't. But yeah, I love it. And I love content creation too. The only thing with content creation that is kind of just, it's always the hardest part for me. It's like I can have a bad day and still make products and still like be fine with going into the office and like formulating stuff and like being in a bad mood but still doing it. Whereas like when you're making content, it always feels like this sense of like fakeness when you have to like pretend to be happy on camera.
Yes.
And it's kind of always something I've struggled with making videos. Like I don't want to fake happy, but you do have to fake happy to, continue your job and do what you need to do. And
it's hard because people pick up on that.
Struggle.
I feel like people can really kind of receive that sometimes, because in the reality of like trying to balance everything in your life, you're like, okay, I have 2 hours on X day to film this video. That's the only time I have to film it. And when you get to that point, if you've had a really shitty day and you're super stressed out, maybe like underslept, whatever it is, and you sit down and you're like, wow, I am so not in the right energy, in the right mood to film this. You kind of don't have any other options. You're like, well, I either have to film and just like turn it on or I'm not going to be able to make a video, which is hard to find, because I feel like for me in reality, if I did film a video whenever I was able to like be in the right mood and be like, perfectly ready and energized and everything, it would always fall in the middle of like some other work or something else in my schedule, or like at random times of the night or in the morning. I don't know if it's the same for you.
Yeah, for sure. And the bigger you get as a creator, like the more money is on the line too, which I think is worth noting. Like people don't like to talk about this, but imagine like, anybody listening, like if you get called into work and you are so sick and you really don't want to be there, but they're like, oh, but we have a big fat check for you to be there. Like sometimes it fucks with your head. You're like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Wait, I don't know. And then you really start to contemplate your whole life. Like, am I a sellout? Like, why am I doing this? But I'm in a really bad mood and I don't want to film. And if I do it, I'm going to be in a worse mood. But I really do want to make money and I do want to do my job. It's such a mind fuck sometimes. Like there's so many things. It's like people also depend on your content.
That's what I was going to say. Like you have an entire community like kind of counting on you for that content as well. That's waiting. I know that's where I really feel the pressure as well, is like, I'm like, well, if I don't post or if I don't film, then there's so many people out there expecting a video, really wanting to see a video, and I'm going to be letting them down. You have to kind of like deal with that as well.
Yeah. I've kind of like disassociated a lot from like reading comments and like like thinking into who I am as a personality online, and like I don't even want to know anymore who people think I am and what they perceive of me. I just want to be whoever the fuck I want to be that day.
That's awesome.
And whatever.
I mean, that's actually a question I was going to ask you as well, is like, because a big thing that I'm always interested in is like, the mental health ramifications of kind of working in a job like this, because it is very different, and you have the perception, the critique, the viewing of so many people doing what you do and commentating on it. Like for you, what has that been like from like a mental health perspective, especially kind of facing the high level of critique that, you as a male beauty content creator, in this space, what that's looked like? Because I've seen, kind of your journey throughout as you were starting. I know my personal journey, starting off in the beauty space, not necessarily feeling like, like I was overall as accepted within the online space, and kind of dealing with those mental health ramifications. Like what has that been like for you? I know you say you don't read as many comments and you kind of try to disassociate from it as compared to the past, but what was that journey like?
Yeah, I felt the same way, where I wasn't really like a part of any community online, because I was the hairstylist, and there was no other real hair. Like, there was like one other hairstylist, and they were in LA, and I never really had like a community around me. And so I was always like, what the fuck? Why is everybody else hanging out, and all these YouTubers are hanging out, and I'm not? And this was like back when like that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Like that was like all the YouTubers hung out together, and like, you really wanted to be a part of that group. And now it's like a lot less. Maybe it's not a lot less now. Maybe I just don't realize it anymore, and I don't really care. But yeah, it was a big thing. I never really felt super welcome, or like anybody wanted to do anything with me, which is fine. Whatever, that's up to them, and I don't blame them for that. But yeah, it kind of sucked, and I think it was a little depressing. And I think also like on a different kind of note, like a lot of my mental health issues early on came from like views and like competition. And I was always competing constantly. Like, how can I get the most views, and how can I be the biggest YouTuber? Which I think was good overall, because, I wouldn't be who I am now if I didn't do that. But it did fuck me up a lot. And I'm very competitive. And just those numbers just got in my head all the time. And like, I would have the worst days ever if my video did not perform well. And I would check on the views like every 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Every second of the day. Like, it was such an addiction. Yeah. And that was back in the day when Social Blade was like super.
Yes, I
like, people
that.
Would compare Social Blades.
I forgot about that.
That website. Fuck that website.
Yes, I hated it. That was awful. I forgot about that. I'm like triggered.
That was torturous. And you would, like, when you're coming up on social media, it's so exciting and everything is great, and everything could not be better. You're gaining so many followers, you're getting so many views, you've never seen anything like it. Everything's happening all at once. And then inevitably, like, it all slows down. Like, it's not always going to be like that.
Yeah.
So, like, going through those ups and downs, I needed to learn that there is going to be ups and downs, and it's not always just going to be like upwards at all times. And I give a fuck much less now. Good. I don't look at views within the first like 24 hours. Like, I really don't. It's fun. I don't care. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm like staying at least like a good consistent rate of views. Looking at my overall months. I need to take a step back and just be like, it's just social media. We are literally a speck of dust.
Yes.
As we all know now from
the images that have come out. It's like weirdly reassuring, where I'm just like, wow, nothing matters. I really don't need to get as stressed out as I do, because we are literally nothing in the universe.
We are nothing, and nothing matters, and that's my story. And I'm like, sometimes I just sit around and like, I make videos for a living. Like, what is that? Like, I made a whole career out of reacting to things. It's such a joke, funny. Like, it's such a joke, and it's also great.
those reminders to like not take it so seriously, I think are really good, because you're right, it's easy to get caught up in it, like with Social Blade. And when you were talking about like the numbers growing, like honestly the closest comparison I can make to that feeling is, you know, like when you're texting your crush and the crush texts you and you get like that rush of energy and that like dopamine hit. It's like that times 100 when you are getting notification after notification, seeing the numbers growing, the followers grow. It's like this crazy rush. And so when that stops, or when that, you know, kind of like plateaus or it changes, I think it's only natural to be like, oh my gosh, I'm failing. What am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? Do people not like me? All this kind of stuff. And because it is in the business of, you know, you yourself being the brand, it's easy to kind of like internalize that. But I think that's also, and I don't know if you agree with this, I know this helped me a lot to kind of like get out of that mindset as well. Kind of diversifying what my passions were, what I was doing, being able to like launch the brand, start other things, new projects. It kind of helped to like take your attention off of just hyper fixating on like the views and the, you know, the subscriber counts and all that kind of stuff, and just gives you more perspective to just be like, chill, there's so many other things I can focus on. Don't take it so seriously. It's not a big deal. But I don't know, would you say it's the same for you, or like what's helped you?
Yeah, like starting new projects has always made me really happy, and you know, trying new things and learning, and not having social media just be my only job. And you know, I get to put my like my stress, I get to put like my passion into my brand now. And you know, that's something that I can always fall back on. So it's a feeling of like safety too now, whereas I only had social media before, and like if that failed, you know, I was screwed. Or if that didn't exist anymore, I would not be in a good position, you know. So now I'm much more established. I'm not worried about it. I know that I'll always have some kind of presence online, but I don't need to be as big as I was, or you know, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like I have a business that I can fall back on, and I feel more comfortable now and more secure in who I am. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Good.
That's awesome to hear. I'm glad there's been like, it's gotten so much better, and you've been able to like gain more perspective and really go throughout that journey. And I think you're killing it. I mean, I want to ask one final question that I'm interested to know. How does what you do now compare to when you were a hairstylist, and would you ever go back?
Well, I am still a hairstylist.
Yeah, you are technically.
Don't confuse people, because there's a lot of people.
Yes, I should rephrase that. Everyone out there, he is a hairstylist. For everyone who thinks he is not, he is licensed. I can confirm, as someone who knows him, he is licensed. So I should rephrase it. Working in the salon versus what you do now, and would you ever go back to that?
I would not go back to the salon. I am a little scarred from the salon industry. It was really not great for me, and I never had a good boss, and it was a lot of mental abuse with bosses in New York. Like New York is cutthroat when it comes to hair industry, and like everybody's trying to get that celebrity clientele. Everybody's trying to like get the best clients and the most money, and they don't give a fuck. They'll step all over you. They'll like ruin your life. They'll steal. They'll do anything. Oh my god! And it's a pretty catty industry. There was definitely like good sides to it. Like I met a lot of people. I still have one of my first employees was a person I worked with at a salon. So like there's definitely upsides, but it was a lot of down, and I much prefer doing like my own clients and being my own boss, and I wouldn't go back if you paid me $5 million. I am not built for that lifestyle. Yeah. I am also very much like being my own boss, and I don't take direction well from others, and I'm pretty independent. So yeah,
I think what you're doing now is like perfect for you. Like I honestly can't imagine you not having your own brand, you know, doing your own thing with content creation. I think it's like the perfect fit. And I'm glad you've been able to like move out of that space and really use it to, you know, channel what you do now. And it's super cool. And I think really inspiring for a lot of people out there who may work as a hairstylist or may work in other industries as well, of like what can happen when you really set your mind to it, when you really put in the work, time, and energy. So I think what you're doing is great. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It went by so fast. I can't believe like 45 minutes is already over.
God. Seriously, I fucking love talking about business stuff too, and social media. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel so nerdy and like, I don't know. I love it.
No, it's great.
Because you know what? I annoy everybody about it in my real life. And I'm like, they're like, I don't give a shit what you did
I know.
on your business this week. Like, I don't care, Brad. And I'm like, but it's cool, right? And they're like, no.
I know. There's a reason why
I'm very humble.
There's a reason why we have an unhealthy level of obsession with just like doing this stuff all day, every day, because I feel like I come off annoying to people in my life the same way, where they're like, okay, Hyram, we get it. It's, you know, business stuff, whatever. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I need to reel it back. But seriously, thank you for talking about it. I can't wait for the next time. I will literally let you know the next time I'm in New York. Everyone who's watching, please go subscribe to his YouTube channel, go follow him on Instagram, and check out some of his products from XMondo. I personally recommend Glitterati if you want like this amazing glittery serum that like adds this incredible like holographic effect to your hair. Definitely recommend checking that one out. So please go check it out. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Justaposition Podcast on YouTube, and make sure you stream on any platform that you listen to your podcasts. And this has been a production of Ramble, a Cadence 13 studio. New episodes every Thursday. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Mwah.